With the release of Update 2 and Payday 3 came two new legacy heists, Turbid Station and Cook-Off. And with these two new heists came 4 new heist specific favors per map, totaling 8. And as we have covered already every single heist specific favor in the entire game, I figured we'd go ahead and go over the new favors as well for the new maps. So without any further ado, let's start off with the stealth only map, Turbid Station. So as you may know, with this new map came a new security camera in the form of drones, which when played this map regularly, we come across a total of 5 different drones. However, we do have a heist favor named Fewer Drones, which of course decreases the amount of drones in the map. Precisely, it brings the amount of drones from 5 to only 2. Personally, for this favor, I find it rather useless as the drones are, in my opinion, extremely easy to avoid as they take ages to detect you and you can pretty much stand still as they fly right over you and they still won't detect you in time. However, this can make things a little bit easier if you're having a tough time dealing with them or just have the favor laying around. Next up, we've got the More Lures favor, which increases the amount of these little radial lures by quite a large amount. It feels like you get a lure at pretty much every spot that can even spawn one. I didn't exactly count how many lures this favor gives you, but it's a lot. It's pretty much as you'll ever need, but personally, I don't utilize lures that much, so for me it was a bit lackluster. I find that Hacking Guard's radio is a far better choice, but hey, if you enjoy lures, this can make things a lot easier. The third favor for this map is the longer extraction favor, which as you may know, if you mess up in this map, at least on overkill difficulty, you're given 30 more seconds to extract whatever it is that you can before the mission ends. But by utilizing this heist favor, I tested it on normal difficulty and that extended the timer to 1 minute and 15 seconds, which is just 45 seconds longer than before, which to me really sounds quite useless. I mean, by using this heist favor, you're kind of pretty much betting that you're going to get caught, and the only genuine benefit I can think this favor can bring you is if you're a speedrunner whose run usually gets detected towards the end of the heist, but still need a little bit of extra time. But for most regular players, I see this as quite useless. For the next favor, however, we have yet another extended timer, but in this map in the form of the longer remote door timer. Now this is the only favor for this map that I can personally truly stand behind, as the remote door timer only gives you 1 minute on overkill difficulty, so if you're unlucky enough to get the farthest wagon, it's not really that much time to get all the way across to the other side of the map. I tested this favor on normal difficulty, which increased the normal difficulty timer from 2 minutes all the way to 3 minutes, which I'm guessing in overkill difficulty will bring that timer up from 1 minute to 1 minute and 30 seconds, which will give us more than enough of a window to make our way across safely to the proper wagon. Now that's it for Turbid Station, so let's go ahead and check out what we've got for the loud map, the Cook-Off heist. First off, we've got the faster supply drop. So in Cook-Off, you're able to cook 7 different bags of meth with the supplies you got laying around in the house. But once you've started cooking your 6th bag, you're given the option to call down Bile, which is the helicopter pilot, so he can drop you off with some more supplies, which will give you enough supplies to make 4 more different bags of meth. Every time you call Bile, he takes 1 minute and 10 seconds to deliver the supply you've requested without this favor. But by utilizing this favor, that decreases the time to only 35 seconds, which is exactly twice as quick to deliver the supplies. So it's a bit of a help, especially if you're playing this on overkill difficulty, which you really can't afford to expose yourself for very long. Next up, we've got the hostages favor. And yes, it's as bad as it sounds. I mean, you get 3 more hostages to use in this map, but I find this favor to be wildly unnecessary. You can maximize this favor by utilizing the negotiator skill set, which enables you to turn in hostages for multiple bags of health. Generally, armor is an issue, not necessarily health. But yeah, I guess for any player that enjoys hostages, this might be useful. I don't really know. I don't really see too much of a use for this. One favor that is useful, however, is the permanent escape van. And it's exactly what it sounds like. In this map, when you deliver the initial bags of meth to the van flees after a while and returns every now and then to allow you to deliver more bags. However, with permanent escape van, the first van that ever arrives onto the map never really leaves, meaning it makes this heist a little bit easier as you can run to the van and deliver any bags you've cooked up in between the cop waves, so you risk less having your bags be taken away. so I guess that's kind of useful. And last but not least is the longer purity window, which in this map, when you're cooking up meth, if you let the meth cook for a little bit longer, it will turn green, which is considered to be of higher purity, and it of course rewards you with more cash. However, you leave it for too long and the meth turns red to let you know that it's burnt and now it's worth less. So this is how this works. To go from regular meth to perfect purity, it takes nearly 20 seconds cooking before it turns green. After it turns green and the purity is perfect, you now have a window of around 12 seconds before the meth burns. Meaning, as soon as it turns green, you better get it out of there as soon as possible. However, by using this favor, we're able to extend that 12-second window into an 18-second window before it burns. But here's the interesting part. The favor doesn't mention it, but the meth will also cook to perfection faster, bringing that 20-second window to reach the perfect purity to nearly only 13 seconds, which can really accelerate the processing of these different bags of perfect meth, especially if you are going for every bag available in this map. So that's all for the 8 different new Heist specific favors we've gotten with these maps. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be catching you guys in the next one.